Day trading recap for Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. First day of the month, first day of the quarter. There was a lot of short activity today. There was a release of, I think, manufacturing data, and that pulled the market down. And I had two trades, and it actually hurt one of my trades early in the day, a long that I took before that news came out. And then I took a short of MU later on, but I'll show you the first trade. But there was just this was in the news, Ameritrade, and all these brokerage accounts that are kind of dipping on the news that Interactive Brokers, which I use, is coming out with a new type of option for no fee, no commission trading. But you get, like, I guess you don't have the smart routing for your trades or whatever, but I guess it doesn't really matter if you're not day trading, which I am. So that made all the other brokerage accounts kind of drop a little bit on that news, given that they still charge commissions, although I guess some news came out that a couple are going to go the same route. So, but you can see here, big drop here for Ameritrade. Couldn't get in it. I had a tough time chasing it. This is the kind of one you look back on and you say, why didn't I chase it? You can see it dropped, and this is the kind of trade I love for short. It comes back to the 8 EMA, hits its head, and then uses it as resistance. And as soon as the 20 catches up, you see a little bit of a precipitous fall there. I would have gotten in right here at about 36.31, put my stop about 36.59. Pretty big stop for me, but look at that. It would have gone on to almost $2. So I was a little disappointed in that. There's a couple others I'll show later that I put little markers on where I thought I might get in, and I just cold feet, couldn't get in. So the first trade I took was of MNK, which has been in the news. I had some news about something today. I think it was a settlement or something. But you can see why at the beginning of the day I kind of liked it, especially when you look at the VWAP chart. It had a kind of like a hammer to start the day. It gapped up a tiny bit from 241 to about 254 for a $2 stock. That's not bad. And I saw it just kind of go bounce off the VWAP. So had a bottoming candle here to start, a 5-minute, and then it looked like it was shooting up. So I thought, and I still think this would have actually done well today. Probably would have gone up a little bit more had it not been for the news. So I got in here right here at 263. 2-bar pullback followed. And then it had a green bar, but then right at this moment, right at 9, it was right I think at the 9:55 point, that manufacturing news came out, and everything just dropped. If you look at the SPY right here, see 9:50, 9:55, and then boom, big drop at 10 o'clock, and that just killed my trade. I really think this actually would have had more room. I think it could have gone up to close to $3, or at least closer to the 285 mark, which was probably, I think that was my target. And I had to get out here, and then you can see it went down. Everything was just going lower today for the most part, unless it was an alpha stock. But pretty much most sectors were red today. So that killed me. I was really upset about that to begin the day, but I didn't take many shares. It was an early trade. I took it. If you've watched any of my videos, I do not trade early in the day that much. I'm just not comfortable with it yet. I'd like to be able to do it. That's when most retail traders are active. I'm just not comfortable with the fast-moving trades that early. I like to see setups forming and get in later. So you can see this is not helping my confidence in early day trading, but I know that this is mostly because of the SPY. So tough one. But then I did take MU, which is another favorite of a lot of day traders. I took a short of it later on. Wish I had taken it earlier. First we'll show the daily candles, what's been going on lately. So had a big gap down a couple days ago, and had a red day yesterday as well. And you had the 200 moving average right here, this green line. So I was looking for it to maybe start to move down closer to that. And it did early on in the day. It moved a lot. And so I thought, is it extended? So I put a marker here. I was thinking of getting in here right above the 42 mark at 42.07. And I was like, it's too close to 42. It could bounce. It sort of did. But then I saw this happening. It consolidated right here, right? All this consolidation, and it couldn't break up. It used both the 8 EMA and the 20 SMA as resistance. So then I did get in. I got in at 41.99, just when it broke below 42. Had a little bit of a dip. I took some out at 41.82. So about a 17 So 17-cent gain, and then it just stopped dropping because it moved a little bit away from the 8 EMA, and I thought maybe it'll continue down. Nope, big green bar, and I had moved my stop up to break even on my remaining shares, so I got out there. And now you can see this little maybe flag action here might indicate that it's going to start moving up a little bit more. Got a possible cross between the 8 and the 20. That always raises eyebrows, might mean that it's a change of direction. But I had gotten the rest of my shares out there. So technically I wanted to get down to 41.69. That would have been my 2-to-1, my 2R move. And you can see it never made it. But I did make money off this trade, and that was it. So a losing trade to start the day, winning trade, or somewhat of a winning trade. Didn't technically hit my target, but I did make money off it and cleared out my loss from earlier in the day. But I am just shedding tears over one trade. I cannot believe what I missed out on, and that was, there's a few of them, but AXSM. Now this is another one, kind of like MU, where it was dropping recently. Three big down days recently, dropping for a few weeks now, a couple weeks now, and I saw this 200 moving average, and I said, oh, it could totally take that out, or at least get down to it. So I put a little, you might not even be able to see it now, this chart's so big. I put a little arrow right here when they kind of used this as resistance, this 8 EMA, and there's a little indecision doji right here. I said, all right, maybe I can get in here at 1994 and put my stop just above this little indecision doji, maybe at 2011, right? And what happened after that? Oh boy, am I upset I didn't take this trade. Went from 1996 is where I wanted to get in. I mean, it dropped all the way. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It went all the way down to 13.65. I mean, that's $6 short. I'm just so upset I didn't take this trade. I just couldn't pull the trigger. And it's the same for a couple others. It wasn't just AXSM. NVT later in the day, I said, oh, this looks like a good spot. Look, another indecision doji after it uses these 8 and the 20 as resistance. 2070 I was thinking to get in, all the way down to 1997. So, boy. And then CHWY, another one. CHWY, I wanted to get in here as it kind of dropped and then started to move back up to the 8 EMA. Tested it. I wanted to get in here at 24.01. Could have shorted it all the way down to basically $1, 23.01. Wow, just so many shorts today, and I just could not pull the trigger. Another one, IIVI, right after this little indecision doji. Not indecision, kind of like a topping indecision where buyers and sellers kind of fought each other, and it ended up right where it started, and then it dropped 33.57. Could have shorted it all the way down to 32.50. So I mean, we're looking at one trade in AXSM that was like a $6 short that I just couldn't pull the trigger on early in the day, and I wish I'm just kicking myself. But then you had others like CHWY, IIVI, and NVT, almost all of them about $1 drop. SLG was another one I was looking at. This was later in the day. I didn't like how it was kind of like sort of in a consolidation mode here, sort of just not really picking a direction, but I said maybe I would get in here as a short. Glad I didn't. 78.49 because it went all the way up to 78.81. But I was thinking about it. I just didn't like how it kind of went down, tested this moving average, and then kind of went down again. It usually means you're not going to get a smooth move down after that. You kind of want a more gradual movement. So I didn't do that. But yeah, those IIVI, CHWY, NVT, AXSM, all of them just gorgeous shorts, and I love shorting more than I do going long. It's more, I find it easier to do than going long. So I definitely recommend, if you're new to day trading, that you kind of learn how to short, because it's a must if you really want to, especially when there's a big red day in the SPY like today. You're not going to find many longs. So that was it. That was really all that was on my list. I was looking at a couple of others like Bed Bath & Beyond, but everything was kind of just moving with the market anyway. So yeah, Nerve didn't actually end up taking that trade. I'm glad I didn't. But that was it. The only good trade I had was MU, and it was barely even that. So flat day for me, basically. Hopefully come back tomorrow with some better trades.